Finding the best MP3 player these days is a bit like looking for a needle in a 4G haystack. Dedicated MP3 players have been squeezed out of the market by more connected digital devices, smartphones and tablets, that offer music on the go, plus so much more. However, that's not to say the single-function MP3 player has disappeared into thin air completely. They're still out there, and it's probably because the humble MP3 player has some very real benefits. So in this video, we have compiled a list and reviewed the top 8 best MP3 players you can buy in 2025. For more information on the products, we have included links in the description box below. Let's get started. Number 8, Majority MP3 Player. Okay, so this player cannot reasonably be compared to the options listed above. For starters, the only officially supported file type is low quality, lossy, easy to store MP3 quality, and it's less than 1/10 of the price of even the next cheapest DAP here. Got it? Good. Also, there's no touchscreen. It only holds 16 GB natively, although that's around 4,000 MP3 quality songs, so you know. And even if you wanted to expand on that with an SD card, your maximum storage is 128 GB or even more low-res songs before it can hold no more. It won't stream over an internet connection, so no downloading from your favorite music streaming site, and it'll only accept your 3.5mm terminated headphones, no 4.4mm or 2.5mm ports here, unless you want to. Ditch wires and hook it up to your wireless earbuds, which will impact the otherwise very good 34-hour battery life. So it's an MP3 player which you'll have to manually download songs to, like the olden days. And now we've mentioned everything it can't do, let's talk about what it can manage. Your music. Especially if you're a runner. This thing is tiny, and it has a lovely strong clip to attach it to your clothes, if that's what you're after, and handily. There's also a stopwatch if you're looking to beat your 10K PB. You found a cheap and cheerful solution. To clarify, audiophiles will need to look at any of the other options within this buying guide. But those who want a simple music player to take anywhere, well, this fits the bill nicely. Number 7, Astel & Kern A&ultima SP3000. The Astel & Kern A&ultima SP3000 is one of the priciest DAPs in A&K's arsenal of expensive DAPs. It's uncompromisingly specified, 6 DACs, and full independent balanced and unbalanced audio circuits are just 2 of its highlights, and you'd be forgiven for filing it under high-end jewelry in its press shots. But if you think you're basically paying a premium for the impressive design and casework here, it's available in black, silver, copper, or gold, you really must think again. What are you paying for? Simply put, your money's going on the way it sounds. Oh, and its big, beautiful touchscreen. It supports every worthwhile digital format going, and the groundbreaking independent audio circuitry. It is the only player to boast it yet. Keeps the signal path for the balanced and unbalanced outputs entirely separated. It is abundantly clear that Astel & Kern decided not to compromise where technical specification was concerned with the A&ultima SP3000, and that's before we mention the bespoke A&K designed Teraton X processor that nixes power supply noise, and any conceivable audio nasties derived from the numerous DACs. The result? The SP3000 delivers both amplification and sound quality that's cleaner and more efficient than any digital audio player we've ever heard. Number 6, Fiio M11S. You don't have to listen long, hard, or through particularly talented headphones to realize the M11S is the genuine article. In every meaningful music-making respect, it's got skills. And in some areas, it's a certified expert. It's been superseded by the M23 higher up this list, but what of it? In high-res audio, things move a little slower. The M11S is intuitive enough to make trifling or often transient information apparent, and it can relay the most nuanced, delicate, and dynamic variations in a solo instrument with ease. It has more than enough headroom to dispatch bigger shifts without issue, and when called upon, it faithfully describes big, wide, and properly defined sound stages. The treble is perhaps a little on the bright side, but not so much that we'd consider it a fault. Moreover, that it's our job nitpick, and here we have noted it. There's lots to love here, including an Android 10 operating system, a touchscreen that's smooth and responsive, a punchy yet controlled and detailed sound, and a resoundingly classy build. The Fiio M11S does an excellent job of gently undercutting its closest rival, the Astel & Kern A&norma SR35. Not to nudge you either way, but it's easy to look at the saving you'll make here and decide it's worth putting into a nice high-capacity micro SD card instead of its pricier rival. Number 5. Sony NW-A306. Not only is this plucky little player part of Sony's new, but old, but new Walkman lineup, it's built to handle incredibly high-quality audio files for a price that is much more palatable than most of what's currently out there. The Sony NW-A306 was released in 2023, and we're so thankful that Sony decided to make a comeback with this admittedly nostalgic audio device. The tape-cassette interface is a gloriously retro touch. Where the NW-A306 is let down is not in its music playing skill, but in the slight niggles with its all-round usability. The menu can be a little unresponsive at times, the battery longevity can vary, and surprisingly, it occasionally struggles when playing a standard 128 kbps audio file, which is why we forced to adjust our star rating under intense review, by half a star to be exact. But there's no denying that the positives vastly outweigh the negatives here, especially for the money. If you're looking for a dedicated high-res audio player, the Sony NW-A306 boasts an impressive spec sheet straight from the box. It supports audio files far above CD quality, and more than that, it really shines with them. It also has a slim design that can fit in your pocket, which is not true of many high-res players in this list. Number 4. Fiio M23. Fiio has become an audio specialist. We're so used to applying the phrase great value, high-performance portable audio electronics to that the M23 could almost be seen as a run-of-the-mill player. Almost. Because it's simply not. The company has thrown absolutely everything it can at this high-resolution audio player in terms of specification. We've yet to find an audiophile type it won't accept, handle, unpack, and celebrate. Also, the design is solid but classy, if a tiny bit big for your skinny jeans at 299G. It's snappy in operation, and unlike some smaller players, its touchscreen is easy to use. How does it sound? Minor and certainly sporadic audio playback. Trip-ups aside, this is an absolute audio beast of the highest caliber. In every single circumstance and with every file type and size we feed it, the M23 sounds assertive, muscular, lavishly detailed, and vaultingly dynamic, but also refined, nuanced, and subtle. It's even prepared to tolerate lowly sub-16-bit 44.1 kHz content if you simply must, although if you're investing in this player, you really should also invest in a good music streaming service subscription. Oh yes, it works on a mended version of Android 12 in this instance, and will happily load up your Tidal, Apple Music, and Qobuz subscription apps via the Play Store. It seems basically impossible to throw Fiio out of its positive, confident stride these days, and the fact that this excellent March 2024 issue player still can't be beaten is further proof. If you're on the lookout for an elite MP3 player that's worth every penny, you found it. Number 3. Astel & Kern A&norma SR35. Look, however much Astel & Kern wants to believe this is an entry-level player, it's not. It is really quite expensive in anyone's money. Astel & Kern doesn't typically provide budget options. It has the Activo for that, and it's a $100 or around $150 more than Fiio's equivalent also in this list. But the good news is that the premium nature of the SR35 applies to the specification, the sound quality, and the user interface, as well as the high ticket price. It's an exceptional player. It's about the size of a deck of cards, and at 184G, it isn't the lightest DAP on the market, but believe us when we tell you that the 4 onboard DAC filters and improved amp circuitry are worth a few extra grams. And if you can afford it, the more than few extra dollars you'll pay. Also, while the SR35 deserves the best standard of content you can afford to load up onto it, it's less fussy than many rival players. So while you should really be giving it all of the 24-bit 192 kHz FLAC files, this particular Astel & Kern will readily tolerate and deliver 320 kbps Spotify streams better than most. Whatever you're listening to, the sound this player is capable of is deft, detailed, and fun like you wouldn't believe. Even the shortest listening sessions will become lengthy deep dives into much-loved tracks to see what this beauty of a DAP can do with them. So if you can afford to take a step up from the cheaper options in this guide, it'll be well worth the extra expense. Number 2. FiiO JM21. The FiiO JM21 has completely redefined what we expect from an entry-level audio player, both in performance and build quality. If you're on a budget, this is hands down the best choice. Compact, yet impressively premium, it features a high-quality plastic and aluminum build with a stylish two-tone design in sky blue and silver. Weighing just 156 G, it's lightweight but solid, despite its price. It packs twin Cirrus Logic CS43198 DACs, supports 32-bit 384 kHz and DSD256, and includes high-performance op amps in a fully balanced layout. Connectivity options include 3.5mm and 4.4mm balanced headphone outputs, with the 3.5mm jack doubling as an SPDIF output for external DACs. The USB-C port handles both data transfer and charging. With over 12 hours of battery life, it outperforms most entry-level players. Storage is limited to 32GB, 22GB usable, but the microSD slot supports up to 2 TB, solving that issue. Sound quality is superb for the price, lively, detailed, and well-balanced, with an impressively wide sound stage. While the audio can lose some dynamic variations at very high volumes, this won't be an issue for most listeners. Paired with quality headphones, it shines. For the money, nothing comes close. A Sony equivalent costs nearly twice as much without matching its build, specs, or performance. If you want affordable high-res audio without compromise, this is the one to buy. Number 1, Activo P1. We'll speak plain. We really like this July 2024 release player from Estelle & Kern's audio subsidiary brand, Activo. We think the things much pricier A&K players can do that the Activo P1 can't aren't deal breakers for the majority of us, unless you're far into your audiophile journey, and we commend you on that. So if you're looking for the best all-rounder that'll suit most people, this is it. It doesn't look quite as expensive as its parent brand's angular, dark metallic players, but it's what's inside that counts. And under the hood, the P1 is very good indeed. It's got the same amplification as more expensive players, and an ESS ES9219Q Sabre Dual DAC. Of course, the most important thing is how it sounds, and in that department, it is more than deserving of the full 5 stars. The sonic performance is outstanding when used as a DAP, and in DAC mode, it's a useful audio upgrade for your computer. You can craft complex EQ curves with the equalizer, but during our testing, we tended to leave well alone. The P1 sounded so good without our tweaks. In addition to its local playback, the P1 also works with the best music streaming services and includes full Play Store support. Any downsides? 2. It runs a little hot and it is a little slower to start up than players selling for double, triple, or quadruple the price. But if those small shortcomings don't worry you, this is a great little player. And if you're agonizing over which headphones to better pair with it, we've got you. Activo launched the Q1 in-ears to go with it at the end of 2024, and our full Activo Q1 review is glowing about them, and the sound profile combines superbly with the player. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos.